This is Man-Made Radio online.
It's now 10 minutes past 8 o'clock. We've been raving about it that 10 minutes past 8 I'll be chatting to Roscoe. So he's actually our very own Gqeberha singer. He's a songwriter and most importantly, MMR presenter. And again, some exciting news. That's Roscoe. He has been very busy releasing new music and performing in the musical orchestra for the Matilda and the musical production by the Port Elizabeth Gilbert and Civilian Society at Survey Theatre in Gqeberha. So there is 19 shows altogether in the space of about 2 weeks. That is also a lot of work, man. On top of which, Roscoe is performing at the Mandela Bay Arts Festival. Hola, Roscoe. Good morning. How are you, sir?
Hey man, yes, it's good to hear your voice again, bro. You know how much I miss you, man.
Yeah. I have to tell you, you and I know this. Upambe anyway. How have you been, man?
Yeah, I've been around, man. Like you just said, I've been busy, man.
Yeah. Wow, very impressive, man. Your schedule is crazy right now. Matilda the Musical is underway. It opened on Wednesday, I believe, this week. So it's a story of a 9-year-old girl with superpowers who uses her genius to take revenge on her abusive parents. But now, what has been the response to the play so far by the audiences?
I was pretty well received. That first show on Wednesday that you spoke of now, that one was sold out actually. It was awesome. And people are loving it, man.
Wow.
Obviously we hear the script at rehearsals, you hear the script a million times, but then when an audience hears it for the first time and they just absolutely cut themselves laughing, you can't help but laugh along with it.
Yeah.
Because it kind of it reminds you of why it's so good in the first place.
Yeah.
But no, it's being very well received, and I think it's gonna keep its momentum.
Sure.
As that.
You're a man, you're a multi-talented man. I really applaud you for that. But now you play guitar in the orchestra for the musical. What has that been like for you? And I'm sure it's very different to playing in a band, hey?
There's in some ways, in small ways, it is a little bit different to playing in you can't compare playing in the musical orchestra band to playing in a punk rock band. It's not the same thing.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's very different vibe. But
sure.
There's similarities. You're following a community. There's people around you where you've got to work together to make a friend of mine actually put it quite nicely.
Yep.
He said, You're like a cog in this big machine.
Wow.
You're just a part of this very big machine, and you've got to make this machine work. So you've all got to make your parts work in order for it to all work, really. So you know what I mean? That's similar in a band, but it's a much bigger situation.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, but again, I saw this on the news that the Nelson Mandela Bay Arts Festival opens tomorrow in Gqeberha, and you are performing with your band there, the Undead Generation, in the festival on Sunday. Now, where can people see you, and what can they expect from your performance? I've seen you guys, crazy stuff, man.
That's that. Like I said, that's going to be a different vibe. So
yeah.
We're gonna play. That's obviously more like ska and punk rock and roll, that kind of thing. So we're going to be at the Mandela Bay Arts Festival. We're playing on the Sunday at about I think it's 12 just after 11 in the morning or so, around that time. We're waiting for the official poster. That's going to be. They changed one or two things.
Yep.
So we're waiting for that official poster, but you can keep an eye on our Instagram and Facebook, and we'll just post everything there. But it will be Sunday morning. And we're playing at, where Little Theatre is?
Yeah, I see.
That venue there. I think the actual name is the Athenaeum or something like that. We're going to call it the Athena. Yeah. That one, yes.
Athenaeum. That's the
that one.
That's
so
one.
We're there on Sunday.
Yeah.
That one. Yeah.
Okay, but again, your band, Undead Generation, recently released your new EP called Undead or Alive, which and I quote epitomizes punk fusion as a genre, and again provides a little bit of something for everyone. But Roscoe, tell us about this album.
So that album, that was a lot of fun to produce, a lot of fun to record. It was even more fun to obviously tour it across South Africa for a bit. It was such a blast. Like you said, it crosses through genres within the album itself, which is nothing new that I've done. I've always done that, but this was a lot of fun to do it with my band, and it kind of it jumps from punk rock to reggae to hardcore to hip hop and stuff, And then the lyrics kind of like, it's like personal, emotive kind of lyrics, telling stories of, love and life and human beings in the world and all that stuff. But yeah, it does get quite roller coastery.
Yeah,
put it that way.
I mean, so, really, man, it does.
People should check it out.
You know what? When you mention the genre punk rock, I mean, I've learned such genres when I started here at MMR, and I remember having an interview with you back in the day. But we won't dwell into that. But now, if people miss you at Matilda or the Mandela Bay Arts Festival, you have some spooky Halloween events coming up soon, man. Where will you be scaring people? And what costume will you be wearing for Halloween? Will it be Zorro?
I'm sure I could like easily turn my little Jack Russell dog into like Puss in Boots, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He'd be my sidekick, bro.
So
But yeah, man, we've got Halloween shows coming up in Clubs PE as well as in Grahamstown, Makanda. So we've got 28th of October, which is at a music kitchen. This is actually unannounced right now, but I'm sure they'll be okay with me spilling the beans for some extra promo. So we've got the 28th of October at Music Kitchen. There will be Cricket sales available for those that want to save a little bit of cash and book your ticket in advance. It's going to be 3 bands, including my own.
Sure.
And it's going to be obviously dress up. There's going to be competitions, drink specials, big vibe. It's going to be awesome. And then on the 29th of October, we're hitting Makanda at Triple S for another band night, Halloween party.
Wow.
So that's the spooky happenings.
Sure.
That's in the works.
Something to look forward to, Ben. And again, amazingly, you've just released a very personal album you wrote during the dark days of lockdown called White Picket Offence. What was going through your mind and at the time when you wrote the tracks on this solo album?
Well, I mean, what was going through anyone's mind when they're locked inside of a cage, which was their own home during an apocalypse and a pandemic, you know?
Exactly.
You know, chaos, carnage.
It
wasn't a good time for many people. But yeah, that project, White Picket Offence, that was obviously, like you said, recorded during when lockdowns became like hard lockdown. Everyone was pent up in their homes. So it was just an outlet with a more like angrier kind of emotions and things. So it's more of a hardcore project. So I don't think you're going to spin one of those tunes today. But for those that are fans of hardcore or metal or that kind of stuff, they should check it out because it might resonate with them. And like I said, the lyrical matter is very dark, much darker than my usual material. So
awesome stuff. And I mean, you're busy, my friend. Your schedule is insane. But one event that really caught my attention is that you are performing at the vegan market. Now, as a vegetarian, that seems right up your street. How long have you been a vegetarian, and why did you decide to stop eating yam?
But that's a good question. The vegan market's gonna be fun. I mean, I haven't chowed meat in about maybe like 10 years or something. I don't know, 10, 11 years. But I got into like when I was a little bit younger. I got into like animal liberation, animal rights, and stuff like that. Scientists like Peter Singer and bands and stuff that introduced me to these ideas of vegetarianism, whatever. Sure. And then you just kind of like never turned back. That was it.
Man, I know you. I know you.
What I mean? And I've been a herbivore ever since. But no, I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun. I think that market's going to be a lot of fun. I hope I get some free veggie burgers, you know what I mean?
Yeah. For sure, they must make a plan, man. They must. Now, Roscoe, where can people follow your hectic schedule, Roscoe, and so they know where you'll be performing next?
Well, I post all my stuff every now and then on the FiveSidedDice page, one word, FiveSidedDice. Otherwise, you can follow my bands, Undead Generation and Coastal Clones. And on Instagram too, you can find those pages too.
Wow. So, Roscoe, I have to say, man, thank you so much for joining us on the line, and good luck with all your gigs coming up. Book your tickets now to see Roscoe in the orchestra, in the Matilda, the musical production at Survey Theatre. We now play out. I want you to just introduce the song that we will be playing out with, please.
Oh, the song of mine, the new one.
Please, man.
So it's a It's going to be an unreleased song,
Yeah.
which is going to be on an upcoming release of mine. It hasn't released anywhere yet, so it's a little bit of a sneak peek. It's called Succubus, and it's going to be off of an album called Fracture.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Succubus. Roscoe, keep well, man. Let's keep in touch, eh?
Awesome, man. I love you long time, bro.
Oh, but appreciate you, brother. Keep well, man. All the best, eh?
Cool, man.
That's Roscoe for you, man.
Sure, man.
Destroy it.